Hello everyone and welcome back to more Saya no Uta. So in the last video I did in fact have to remove a scene. I do apologise very deeply for that, but as I mentioned in the video it was very graphic, and although I suppose it's an important scene, I didn't feel that it was a good thing for YouTube. As I mentioned, what basically happened is that Yosuke raped Saya, and like I said, it was very graphic. There was a lot of horrible images and very uncomfortable dialogue, which I didn't feel like reading out. So without further ado, we're going to go on to the next scene. We're going to move on with our lives. Well, obviously Fuminori's going to find out, but we'll see. And I realised I had to skip ahead again because my last save didn't work. So here we are, back where we were supposed to be. As always, the sights of the city grate on my nerves. Today, however, I don't feel as much hatred as I usually do. I am growing more and more accustomed to my condition, but my good mood today is mostly thanks to my search of the Ogai house having finally borne fruit. When I pulled all the drawers out of the desk, I found an envelope stuck in the space between it and the wall. It must have fallen off the back of the writing tray. Inside were 3 outdoor photographs. I couldn't recognise the scenery due to my condition, but I'm pretty sure that they show the outside of some building. Scrawled on the back of each photo was an address: Nagano Prefecture, M Village, Tochigi Prefecture, S Town, Shizuoka Prefecture, H Town. I've never heard of any of them, so they must be way out in the countryside. The photos were all dated more than 10 years ago. I don't know why they were taken or what they mean, but maybe Saya will be able to make some sense of them. In any case, this is something that even Saya missed when she was living in that house. I wonder how she'll react when I show her what I've found. Saya, I want to see her. Just the thought of her waiting for my return makes me impatient to get home. But uh-oh. When I step through the gate, I see that the front door is wide open again. This is the second time this has happened. Upon entering the house this time, however, the sound of Saya crying in the kitchen chills my blood. And it's not just her. I also hear a low, wet grunting. There's no time to take off my shoes. I race down the hallway, propelled by a terrifying premonition. Rage erupts inside me like black lava. Its enormous power makes me lightheaded. The monster finally stops mindlessly gorging itself on Saya's body and turns its head to look at me. Surprised by my own composure, I easily slip past it and grab the meat cleaver sitting next to the sink. Without a moment's hesitation, I slash at what appears to be its face. It screams and staggers away from Saya. My attack must have blinded it, because it flails its tentacles wildly as it tries to drive me away. My bloodlust still unsated, I calmly seize one of its tentacles and plunge my weapon twice more into its quivering flesh. The blade slices through its body with fascinating ease, each strike sending its blood spraying into my face. As I carve the monster to pieces and hear its hideous screams, my mind is finally consumed by the flames of rage. This thing hurt my Saya. No mercy, its death alone won't satisfy me. I give myself to the fury, howling at the top of my lungs as I slash and slash and slash and slash and slash. Even after the flesh beast stopped moving, I keep slashing until I realise that its corpse can no longer feel pain. Cursing myself for killing it so quickly, I angrily stab the cleaver into the floor, snapping it in half. When my thoughts finally begin to regain some order, I find myself still digging the broken knife into the kitchen floor. The monster is gone. All that's left are pieces of it scattered everywhere. I stop cutting into the tile, and in the sudden silence I can hear Saya's faint sobs coming from a corner of the kitchen. Saya. Unable to find the right words, I pull the cowering Saya into my arms. She stiffens in fear at first, but as soon as she realises that it's me, she clings to my body and cries. Fuminori, I was scared, so scared. Not knowing what to say, I can only keep holding her. This should never have happened to Saya. Everything is to blame, yes, including myself. I couldn't protect her. If I'd been with her, then maybe I could have stopped this. I'm sorry, she says over and over again, her voice choked with tears. Not wanting to hear that from her, I pull her head into my chest. Don't say that, Saya. It's not your fault. I try to reassure her, but she shakes her head vigorously in denial. No, it is. I did it. I don't understand. What is she saying? You did what? I messed with his brain, she answers, glancing at the dismembered monster with her swollen eyes. I made the inside of his head the same as yours. I made him see the world like you do. It takes me some time to understand the meaning of Saya's words, and even longer to decide how to respond. What? But how? Finally regaining her composure, Saya responds to my confusion in a low voice. I can do stuff like that. I can change the bodies of other living things. I've had this ability since I was born. Every organism is different, so I have to study them in detail before I know how to change them. By doing some research, I figured out what happened to your brain. So I wanted to see if I could do the same thing to someone else. But why? I thought that if everyone were like you, they would all be kind to me. My heart aches at the loneliness in her voice as she confesses her sorrowful wish. But that man, he wasn't kind at all. He said he wanted to hurt me, break me, and he... She starts crying into my chest again, unable to say any more. I gently rub her back while trying to get my jumbled thoughts together. Saya, what is she? This question is beyond me. However, there is one thing that I can answer, here and now. Saya is mistaken. She is misunderstanding something vital. You think that I'm kind to you because of the accident? Yeah, she nods sadly. I smile and shake my head. You're wrong. That was only the beginning. It's not that simple. The time you and I spent together after we met, those days, those experiences, are what made us what we are. Understand? I've been together with you all this time, and because of that... You became important to me, and I became kind to you. See, it's harder than you think. Saya is still crying, but now her tears feel warm against my chest. Yeah, I understand. I I finally understand now. Her smile shines through her tears.
さやには文則しかいないんだって。文則みたいな人はもう他に誰もいないんだって。
I only have you, Fuminori. There will never be anyone else like you. Now more than ever before, I feel the depth of the bond between us, and I'm sure that Saya feels the same way. I wrap my arms tightly around Saya and seal her lips with mine. Saya responds, winding her arms around my neck as our tongues desperately seek each other's warmth. At this moment, Saya is my whole world. At this moment, I am hers. The world exists for us alone. Of course, I still haven't told her something very important. I don't know why I've never said it before, perhaps because it was always so obvious. However, I should put it into words at least once, this oath of mine.
Saya, 僕は君のことが。
Saya, I...
待って。
Wait. She stops me with a finger against my lips.
その前に、みのり、一つだけ確かめさせて。あなたの望みを。
Before that, Fuminori, tell me one thing. What do you desire?
僕の望み。
What do I desire? Saya nods, staring into my eyes with unusual solemnity.
さっきも言ったけど、私には私にしかできない方法で生き物の体に干渉できる。
Like I said before, I can affect the bodies of living things in a way that nothing else can.
人間の脳をいじる方法もこれでちゃんと確認が取れたわ。だから。
And now that I've learned how to manipulate human brains properly, Saya pauses and takes a deep breath before continuing.
今ならあなたの頭を元の状態に戻すこともできるの。
I can turn your brain back to normal.
なんだって。
What? Until now, such a thing hasn't even been in the realm of possibility.
その人にやったのと逆のことを文則にしてあげればいいだけ。とっても簡単なことよ。
I just have to do to you the opposite of what I did to that man. It's really simple. I mean, it does show how much she cares for Fuminori, the fact that she's prepared to do this for him, even though she may lose him in the process. I replay Saya's words in my head to be sure of their meaning.
だから文則、教えて。
So tell me, Fuminori.
あなたが昔の暮らしに戻りたいかどうか。あの事故で失ったものを取り戻したいのかどうか。
Do you want to return to your old life? Do you want to take back what you lost in the accident? Okay, so we have an actual choice in this game. I'm actually going to end this episode here, mainly because I don't have a lot of time to record tonight, and this seems like a really big deal, so I want to have a little think about it first. So, sorry for the cliffhanger. If you guys enjoyed the video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. And until next time, guys, goodbye!